Alright everyone, so for the next part of the Duck Hunt guide, I'd like to talk about supporting Duck Hunt's attacks with projectiles. So Duck Hunt doesn't have the best moves that are safe on shield, and a way you can get around this is if you combine your shield pressure with your projectiles. So one of the common block strings you can do is Summon Gunman. Whoops, hold on. Is Summon Gunman. And throw a fair and throwing an F tilt at the same time, or throwing a down tilt afterwards. So one blocks, and we can put a ton of shield pressure on at once with this. We can even get some shield pokes like that. And another thing we can do with this is that if we just have the raw gunman shooting from far away, we can also land grabs this way. Same thing can be done with can. So let's say we have our opponent shield the can, and we can get a grab this way. So this is just some ideas that ways you can use your projectiles to give yourself plus on block situations. Another cool one you can do with the can is, let's say we run forward. Oh, whoops, hold on. And we can parry in front of our opponent's shield. Now, this is something that it doesn't give you really any advantage, or it doesn't like confirm in anything, but what this does is that by doing something like that, you're putting pressure on your opponent's face by you being under the end leg of your parry and your opponent still being in regular shield stun. So this idea that you can run up and parry your own attack in your opponent's face is something that can give you good plus frames. Another thing you can do is just simply getting your cannon, your gunman to hit your opponent's shield at the same time. Oh, whoops. Alright, let me try that again. Oh, hold on. Accidentally parrying with Mario. So just stuff like that is also another option you have. And another thing you can layer over this when you're hitting your opponent with both cannon and gunman at the same time is even more shield pressure by throwing out a smash attack. So one thing we can do is, let's say we have gunman in our opponent's face. Let's summon gunman. Hold on. So let's say we set it up like this, gunman. And we can even shield proc our opponent with that much shield pressure. And we see we can put a ton of pressure on our opponent's block by coordinating so many attacks on it at once. Another thing we can do is, if we get gunman and can to hit the opponent's shield at the same time, is we can run in for a grab with this. So this is just another good option we have. Yep, so this is just what ideas that you can get to be plus on block on your opponent. Another one you can do is, whoops, hold on. Let's try this again. We have ideas that we can throw out down tilts. So our opponent can shield attack, we can run up and down tilt. That's an idea. We can try and forward it. Oh, see, we can even, there was the shield break idea earlier. So this is just some ideas that you can get a ton of shield pressure on your opponent. Obviously, there's going to be gaps in the timing, times where opponents can do things like attack out of shield or do things that are usually something that's frame 5 out of shield or faster will be able to get in between your attacks and hit you out of this. But at that point, you're baiting your opponent's attack, and you're still relatively safe when you're just throwing out down tilts or F tilts on your opponent's shield this way. Another one we can do, similar to the idea where we can run up to our opponent's shield and parry, is we have an idea where we can summon a can, our opponent shields it, and we can use this opportunity to try and roll behind. Hold on, let's try to get it. So there we used our attack to get a better positioning against our opponent. Hold on. So opponent shields, and we use this opportunity to roll behind. And these are just some ways you can get positional advantage against your opponent by using your projectiles as a decoy to get behind your opponent in cases like this. Another one you can do is not do anything and run up and just shield in front of your opponent's face. Just these are ideas that we can get close to our opponent while being covered by an attack, and one that you may also like is just getting right up while your opponent's in shielding, and also spot dodging. This is just ways to bait out attacks and ways to put a ton of pressure on your opponent when you get up close. And now for the last one I'd like to show, this one's just pretty simple. So while I was already showing all of these different ideas that you can kind of bait your opponent out by putting all this pressure in with projectiles, probably the simplest one you can do is summon Gunman and just Tomahawk. And your opponent gets so used to this. Your opponent gets so used to the idea that you're going to be throwing out attacks while you're using your other projectiles, that even something as simple as can right here, and your opponent shields, that's an easy Tomahawk right there. Your opponent gets easily conditioned by the amount of projectiles that are being pushed on their shield, that you can start doing a ton of creative ideas on how you want to punish them. Now, if opponents start responding this situation with rolls or with jumps out of shield, then that's just something that you've pressured them into doing, and now you just have to adjust to that, and then you have to start reading that. And now I hope you found this guide helpful, and I'll be sharing more information with Duckman in the future. Thank you for watching.